When you think of the words too big to fail, you typically think of stocks from the 2008 era, which you could sum up inside of the XLF sector. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why I think NVDA is today's version of our too big to fail stock. So really, I'm looking for where is NVIDIA a steal in terms of discounted prices to buy. That's the thesis I'm going in with. Now, if you don't have that same bias, you might not find this video to be as helpful. Now, if you have the same bullish thesis inside of NVIDIA, that then begs the question, what are typical pullbacks in NVIDIA and where do we know that we get an edge, an opportunity where it's on sale more than it usually is? Now, there's three key zones that I think stand out here. Let me point them out real quick. This is the first zone or the first cluster, and these are all Fibonacci levels. So the first one gives us a level near 130. The second one near 122.82. And the third one is a little bit further down at 103.06. Now, while this level down near 103.06 looks really far away right now, from our highs to there would be a correction of a little over 30%, quite normal even for really strong stocks. 122.82 represents a 20% correction, and so far we have about a 15% correction inside of NVIDIA. Now, the first time we tagged 132 and 131, I already used that for day trade setups. Let me show you an example of what that looks like with today's activity. I've loaded in our hourly volatility box models here, and in NVIDIA, if you have the same bullish thesis, you're looking to buy anytime NVIDIA crosses our lower volatility box zones. That happened 2 times today. The first was in the 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific hour. Price breached our volatility box clouds. It appears on our scanner. We see momentum switch here, and you get the small first bounce here. The second bounce is after the lunchtime hour, 10 to 11. Price falls inside of our volatility box zones. We get 1 and 2 oversold confirmation signals. Then you see momentum switch. And inside of this hour's bounce, you can see how we made a move up to T2. Now, all of that works extremely well, especially when you overlap nicely with our key Fibonacci zones here. So if we had the same breach that I talked about, so the same long side setup here inside of NVIDIA, but if this overlaps with the 129 area that we were just looking at, that I think is a really nice entry, 129.30. I also think that's a good entry price where all the bots are likely to go stop hunting, taking out all stops below the low for anyone long from this candle. So 129.30 is that near-term level I have, and more than anything, looking to take advantage of whenever price falls into our volatility zones intraday, because that's your intraday sale opportunities for very quick in and outs. This first breach here from our actual momentum cross up to the max move, 85 cents in the actual underlying. The second one, to give you an idea of how much better that one was, went up all the way to about $1.81, 1.35% from the actual entry, intraday in less than an hour. That's the kind of moves I'm looking for, overlapped with their Fibonacci zones. Now, 122.82 I think would be a really nice place to accumulate a longer term position. If we come into the weekly chart here, and we take a look at where the market pulse line is, that overlaps fairly nicely with the 122.82 level. The market pulse is at 124.50 and 122.82. This entire zone right here looks really nice for a small shorter term pullback. So those are the key levels and the trade ideas inside of NVIDIA. Take advantage of intraday volatility using our volatility box levels, both the hourly and the daily. The daily you'll see are less likely to get hit. And our eye on the prize all stems from these longer term pullback zones, which, at least in my case, I'm happy to be buying at. Take care, everyone. Good luck trading, and I'll see you in our next update.